Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment.
Hello, guys. Welcome once again. And today we're talking about Married to Medicine, right? And we're going to be talking about the episode um 12 from season 11. Now, before we go ahead and talk about this episode, how would you rate this episode?
Oh my goodness. Again, it was just so much stuff going on. I mean, as far as keeping my attention, I would definitely have to give it I'll say about a 5.7. It did have my attention. I'm not gonna lie, you know, but it was just so much going on, and just some kind of stuff just kind of made me sad. Like, wow, this
Yeah.
is this is how we're behaving now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on the 7 because we was shocked, like you said, by some of the stuff that happened in today's episode and yesterday's episode. I was literally like very shocked. Like, am I really seeing this? So the episode was it was a good episode. Not let me not say it was a good episode. It was a very educative episode.
Right.
um yeah, it was an educative episode. Not that it was good, but it was educative. Like, we got to see some things, and I'm sure a lot of people got to understand a certain level of how or of why and how things are the way they are.
Hmm.
Right. So now let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, we saw the episode starting off from the fight between Dr. G and King, and you know, everybody noticing that Dr. G and King were fighting. Everybody was trying. Check was trying to, stop them. Scott was trying to stop them. Dr. Damon, everybody was trying to come between them. And Quad was running, like, we laughed at it last week when we said Quad and Sweetie, the way they were running like spinsters, like the way they were running, like I knew they knew what was at stake, and they were like, no, I don't want my man to get affected by this. So they were both running, and Quad went to King and was like, baby, no, calm down. Now, one thing I didn't understand was that Quad went to Harman King to tell him to calm down and stop what he's doing. Meanwhile, Sweetie was going to King. Quad had to tell her, baby boo, go to your man. Go to your man. Now, I want to ask you, did you think that that was right? Because to me, no matter how I saw it, maybe so some people say maybe she went to go fight for her man she went to go fight for her man by going to King or whatever. But I felt like that was not the right thing to do. Your man was trying to fight. That is your first this thing should not be, I want to go square up with the man. My first thing should be, I want to go make sure that my own man is okay. And that's what Quad did. But you were trying to go to King, and it was when King consistently told her, it was when Quad consistently told her, you know what, go to your man, before she left and went to King, sorry, to Dr. G. Do you think that that was right for Quad, and that was right for Sweetie? Was it okay?
I in Sweet Tea's of defense, I think that she was like, look, if my man is squabbling, I'ma be there with him. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I'm that way. You know what I'm saying? But one
Mm-hmm.
thing I've learned is when two men are about to get in it, it's
Mm-hmm.
best for me to kind of get out the way because I'm not trying to be hit with a left hook or uppercut, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that the hard way. I mean, not that I've gotten hit, but I've got reprimanded by my husband, like, hey, look, when I'm into it, I don't need you right there. I know you got my back, but I don't need you like knuckling up, you know? But yeah, I mean, I just want to say that in her defense, because she looked concerned, and I know she's concerned with his age, with this younger guy who's buffed out, in shape, about to deal with him. She's like, nah, nah, this ain't gonna be happening right here, not right now. So I think that's what she was trying to do. Not really like trying to plead with King, like, hey, don't touch my man, give him a
No, I don't
pass.
think she was. I don't also think she was trying to plead with King. I'm saying that um her first response was trying to charge at King, not even trying to. For you say that in your defense, you're saying that she was looking at, okay, this man is old, elderly, whatnot, right?
You're right.
Shouldn't her first response to even find out that the one person that claiming is old and elderly and not strong enough to handle King is okay? Shouldn't
Well,
that be the first thing?
yeah, it should have been, you
Mhm.
know.
That's where me I'm coming from. I'm not saying don't fight for your man. Yeah,
Right.
if you feel like your man is not able enough to fight for himself, I stand with that. I stand for couples standing for each other. You know, but I
Hmm.
feel like you should first find out, are you good? At least know that he's good, and you go and charge. Like, you can do what you want to do.
Right.
But I get where you're coming from. Yeah, she just thought at that moment, no, my man cannot be oppressed or suppressed or something like that, and she just went at King. Um, but
Right.
we saw that.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
that she was, you know, um, doing anything wrong. Cause like I said, me, I've been in that position, you know, where
yeah.
I've been told, hey, look, I don't need you in the mix. I got this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And me, all I seen was this ain't popping off like this,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, in her defense, I just feel like, you know, she could have basically been doing that because she wanted to protect her husband,
My husband, yeah.
by any means necessary.
Yeah. No, I stand for that. She can protect. See, any of them can. Quad could have gone to square up with Dr. G for all I care, because yes, you're there protecting your person.
Right.
Yeah. So I stand for that. Now we see the ladies. Then she left. I don't know whether it was a cut walk, because I didn't think I don't think we got the full picture.
Hmm.
But we saw from nowhere, from that moment when Kwa told her to go to her man, we didn't see her go to her man. What we saw was her with Phaedra, Dr. Mimi, Contessa, and they were like, first they were cussing, and from nowhere they busted into tongues. Um, for me, I'm a religious person, right?
Right.
And I know God can use anybody anywhere. That
Hmm.
one I'm sure of. But I don't know about from 1 minute you're cursing and the next minute the Holy Spirit is in you. Like, ah, I don't know. I believe in God using anybody and whomever, wherever you are. God can use a baby. God can use a child. God can use anything. He can use an object. God can do that. You get. But I still don't believe that God God should not be mocked. Again,
Right.
spirituality should not be mocked and should not be a thing to be played about or played with. You went from cursing one moment, and the next moment the Holy Spirit is upon you, and you are, speaking in tongues. For me, I didn't buy that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't buy that at all. I'm not saying that the Holy Spirit cannot enter any of them. It's possible. That's how it works. But from one moment to another moment, it's like, no, it doesn't. You see, it's just me. I don't know whether you see spirituality in a different light. Maybe you can give your own opinion on that.
Well, no, I mean, I, I didn't understand the how do I put this gently? I didn't understand why she was speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do understand the speaking in tongues, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because it's a language that Satan doesn't understand,
Yeah.
you know. So I didn't understand at that point why she felt the need, or I don't know if, her holy shaman that she is now, she has a license to be. I don't know if that just sparked in, or, you know, I, I was I was kind of not confused, but like, okay, maybe they
Yeah.
did need the Lord at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
Because
did.
because they was
Because it
listen,
seems like Sweetie was going through it.
yeah,
Um.
yeah. She's kind of having a breakdown. Like, why do they keep
Yeah.
coming to me? They just don't like me. Why is this happening? You know, which I can
Mm-hmm.
kind of understand because they've been coming for her since she been on the show, since she first
Yeah.
got introduced. You know,
Yeah.
and then I mean, she was a little kind of laid back, a little shy, a little reserved. Then she started feeling a little bit comfortable. Then she started seeing that her comfortability was being compromised within the group because you
But
tell them
but
one thing,
the
they go by behind your back and talk with each other like your little dogs. You
but
know.
there was something else. There was something I did say last season
Mm-hmm.
when we were talking about marital and I said, because yes, last season they introduced Sweetie. I think last season Sweetie had it better than this season because she was still a little bit close to Simone. She was still a little bit close to Toya.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I feel like she really did have issues with was Heavenly. Um, Heavenly and Quad, because Quad was the ex of Dr. G. I said last season that the way Sweetie is associating with these ladies, she has not she's not, I don't think somebody coached her enough on social media, on reality TV, because if she thinks these people are being cozy with her now makes them best friends, oh, she will be surprised when they will turn on her.
Right.
And the way they will turn on her will be so bad because she doesn't know. She will be asking herself, how did we get here? That was what I said. I said when she was close with them, when they were doing what they were doing with Quad last season, when they were choosing Quad out of the group, she was feeling cozy and being like, oh, I feel like if all of them will feel a certain way about Quad, maybe she's like that. I was like, this lady, don't be putting your mouth in things you don't know, because when they turn against you, you will understand.
Mm-hmm.
You would understand. And I think that is what is happening to Sweetie this moment, is that last thing she felt comfortable as the new bride for Dr. G, and she felt like everybody would be accepting to her because she's like coming to shine the lights. But forget that there's already a crack in that group. There's already a mess in that group. And the reason why most all of them still at the end of the day, no matter what, still remain friends is because they've been through thick and thin. They understand, right? TV.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really understand most things. So something that might make them fake and not fake you is like, I think she's getting to understand that now, but I don't think she has that help on who to teach her how to navigate the lessons she's learning from being on reality TV and
Mhm.
having friends on reality TV. That's what me I think, because it seems like she's now beginning to feel. Last season when they were excluding Quad from the group, she didn't understand how Quad was feeling. Now she's having those feelings now. Imagine you being the favorite child, and all of a sudden nobody loves you again. It hurts,
I mean,
and I think
I get it.
he said,
No, I was saying I get it.
yeah. At this moment, she's beginning to understand it. She's beginning to understand, like, okay, okay, yeah, okay, this is how it is. This is where we are. You get it? So it's a I don't know. It's so evident, and the way they divided. Did you see the way they divided themselves on that boat trip back?
Oh yes.
You
Oh
could
yeah.
see that. It's
Oh yeah.
very evident. Why is it that it's only Sweetie and Phaedra that were on the other boats? It's not that it was Phaedra that rented the boat, or Sweetie that rented the boat, or Dr. G that rented the boat. It was Simone and her husband rented the two boats. But every other person, even Dr. Mimi that claimed to be their friend, even Contensa, that one surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she still gets it, because she still every time coming like, Contensa is my friend. I'm like, you don't get it yet. Even Contensa was on that boat with those people. And she's close to Phaedra. Phaedra that is running back to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, I see.
Everything that Phaedra is doing is just working her way back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, yes, she's understanding how reality TV works, but I don't think she's actually getting into it. I don't think, sometimes I think she's not really made for that reality TV life. Yeah,
Okay. I can agree.
I don't think she's really made for that life. And, you know, you could see, okay, let's say the boat ride, everybody was on this group. Even people that she claimed were her friends followed the other group. That should have, if it was me, I would have been thinking, wow, I took Contensa as my friend. I took Dr. Mimi as my friend, but now they're on the boats with the other group. While I'm only here with Phaedra. And did you notice also on that boat trip when Phaedra and Sweetie, they were discussing about the whole situation with Dr. Heavenly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that I said Damon, Dr. G hated, his face was not happy with the way that he had that Sweetie and Heavenly had a fight. Did
Yeah.
you notice? He
Yeah.
was pissed off. And at that
Yeah.
moment, I was like, why the hell are you pissed off? You two had a fight. You two, your fight was even worse. Like you guys wanted to exchange blows. Okay, although Heavenly and Sweetie too wanted to exchange blows, not for Heavenly falling down on her ass. But why was he pissed off? I didn't get that part.
You know, I all I can say is I feel like it really truly upsetted him
Yeah.
when he noticed that, you know, Phaedra is like having a good time with her little boyfriend, that she didn't have with Dr. G. I think it was the sexual thing that kind of like, you know, just,
Squad.
pardon me?
Are you talking about Quad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking, it was the sexual thing that just kind of made him blow up, where Sweet Tea was collateral damage, basically.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you heard him in his confession. He said he doesn't like to lose things.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? A marriage, a wife, somebody you once loved, an
Yeah.
argument? I mean, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you caught how Sweet Tea looked at him like, what do you mean you don't like losing stuff? Like, please explain yourself, sir. You know? So yeah, like I said last week, those are two unhealed people, because there's no way I would get in front of my ex and he would bother me. I mean, I wouldn't want to be
The
up in his
the
face.
so,
We're not gonna
just
hug.
like Miss Mimi. Hey, that's
Yeah,
just
we're not gonna hug. I don't want your exhale to be my inhale. You know, so I just can't do it. I don't want you around me like that in my space. But
just like, yeah.
yeah, I don't mind you being there, but just please just don't say nothing to me.
Just like Miss Mimi said, the both of them has not healed. That's what this thing let me know. Quad has not done the work to heal from Dr. G. Dr.
Right.
G hasn't done the work to heal from Quad.
Exactly.
The both of them are still in that marriage.
Hmm.
Whatsoever thing that went on in between the closed doors, at the closed doors, they have not gone over it
Right.
at all. So right now, my own advice is that the both of them to go work on it. They should go work on it. Now we saw that Phaedra left the events, calling the girls mean girls. That was funny because she's also a mean girl. We know her from Real Housewives. That was a
Yeah.
funny thing, and I was like, Phaedra, please spare me. I know you are just trying to run off to Real Housewives. All this bablush was just rubbish. All this theatrics, fame. I just felt like I was watching a production because we know you flew and went to shoot for the Real Housewives. So
Right.
spare me that bullshit. Um, then we saw Dr. G and Sweetie back in LA. Sorry, not LA. Atlanta,
Hmm.
talking about the whole incident. Now, I'm just gonna say it. Whatsoever Quad said that man did, he did.
Oh yeah.
Except for okay, I can't vouch for maybe he violence or maybe like, but if it's emotional abuse, yeah, he did and overdid. He said that conversation was the most, I don't know whether to call it annoying. I don't know what to say, embarrassing. I don't know how whether to call it the most degrading conversation a man can ever have with his wife. And she did nothing but try to comfort him as a wife should do for a husband. She literally was like, you know what, don't let it get into your head. I was trying to square up with King, when I saw both of you fighting. And he said, what can you do? Do you know the man? And she was like, for God's sake, I trained in the force. Like, literally, they trained. They don't care about you being a woman. You train with men. You fight with men in the force. So what was? But you're a woman, though. Like, that was degrading. That was diminishing what she has accomplished in her life. That
Right.
was very, very degrading. And immediately he said that you saw the look on T's face. T was trying to save this mother heifer from embarrassing himself on camera.
Right.
This lady was fighting with her life to save this mother heifer from embarrassing himself on camera. And he was not understanding. The mother heifer was like, yeah, um, this is why. No, the part he said something about is it naive? He called her or something.
Yeah, he called her naive, and
Yeah. He said
basically
you were,
told her this isn't what you want, you know?
yeah, you are so naive. You know what? I'm not gonna come talk about this thing again. And he walked off, and immediately he climbed up the stairs and was like, "How do you tell a grown man?" I was like, you see why? You see why I hate age gap relationships? You start bringing age in question. What
Right.
is how do you tell a grown man? What did you not know you were a grown man when you married a younger lady?
Huh.
Didn't you know you were a grown man when you married a younger lady? Now you're like, how do you tell a grown man what? That's some bullshit. I was like, does this man know that the cameras are on? And you can feel Sweet T's embarrassment from there on.
Right.
And he walked up and went to the room and banged the door. And she ran for this. She was like, no, you're not gonna do this. She ran and went upstairs. And of course, trust those producers. They are very messy. There will be there will be cameras. Sorry, there will be mic, even if the cameras are not in there.
Right. But the mic was still
And
on.
the mic was still on. And this guy, man, I say, when that conversation, I said, if this guy can say this thing, what goes on when the cameras and the mic is not on?
You know, it kind of seemed to me like he has. Now, I could be wrong, but you know, like I said, I'm pretty damn good at calling out somebody's character. You know,
Yeah,
it seems to me that he might have already went hands on a few times. You know, like maybe a few shoves against the the wall, or maybe he hit a
yeah.
wall, or made loud noises with his voice. You know, he's done something. And
I, 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 I was embarrassed for Sweetie as a wife because I was like, this is the man you married.
yeah,
The, the circle just repeated itself. It's the same thing. It's just a different actor.
right,
The same script, different actor. And he was like, the only thing you should care about is the leader. She was like, I care about our marriage. And he was like, the only thing you should care about is the leader in the marriage. And I was like, what the heck was that?
yeah.
And
He's
it
a
was,
narcissist.
and she was
Seriously,
trying to tell him that, shut up, guy, shut up.
yeah,
She knew that this was fucked up. She knew that this was the same thing that Quad said that
about him.
she went through
Hmm.
in the marriage. And
Yeah,
she has been trying to fight it, being like, he's a good husband to me. I've never gone through any of those things, trying to make it look as if maybe Quad was the one that just went through that, or maybe she's a problematic person herself and trying to like make story up. And now you fell and showed the world what Quad was saying.
right.
She wasn't lying. Because look at
Oh
you.
no,
He was just trying to bring that poor lady down, telling her, shut up. And the part where when he said something in the room and was like, you better stop this so that you won't see another side of me. I was like, oh, oh, okay. So what side would that be? What side would that be? That conversation pissed the hell out of me because Sweetie was not at fault.
no, she wasn't.
Sweetie did not have any problem. Sweetie did not cause what happened. It was your fault. You decided to allow your emotions have the better of you. You decided to have a fight with King and ran away from the fight because you were not strong enough to face King. You decided to run away from the situation and come back to Atlanta. Why the fuck are you powering in at the poor girl? I did. Do you know that immediately I saw that because I was like, oh, a lot of people are gonna blast Dr. G online. And truthfully, when I went online, ooh, people were like, uh-uh. Quad said it, I did not believe it, but when I watched it, I was like, mother, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I mean, I believed it a long time ago. I mean, if you would have listened to some of the stuff that she was saying when they were getting the therapy at home, where she was like, Dr. G, he put his hands on me, he dragged me. Like what husband's gonna drag his wife? You know, and I felt sorry for Sweet Tea when, he was sitting there just basically getting upset with her because he's upset that he got embarrassed in front of his
Mm-hmm.
peers. You know what I'm saying? But it was due to your big ass mouth.
Yeah, your own mistake.
If you would have just sat there and been cool,
Shut up.
yeah, and just see what happens. Quit volunteering information like, yeah, I told her she had a big ass mouth. Yeah, I said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect this young brother to do? And he's dating her. He has feelings for her. You know what I'm saying? And I thought y'all's thing was over with. Here you are, you know, uh, antagonizing her. She's drunk, but you're sitting here and you're antagonizing, saying shit, just spewing out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But you tell your wife, hey, be cool. Don't get into
Yeah.
it with her.
Don't
But
get
you
my
do
God.
exactly what you told her
That
not
man
to
is
do. Yeah,
he's
but
an
then you
old,
turn it
he's
around.
an old
See, that's a
fool.
narcissist. You get mad at me for some shit you do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I felt like Sweet Tea has been through an argument or a strong disagreement where she probably felt a little afraid. Like, damn, is he really like that? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Because he basically said, keep pushing me and you're going to see what happens.
I was like, my God, Sweetie, and that was what everybody was saying online. Everybody was like, at this point, Sweetie, run.
Yeah. Blink twice if you in danger, shit.
Because we might, a lot of people were saying it online. I was so surprised. And you know what? Quite as always say that we would all see it, we would
Mm-hmm.
all see the real character of Dr. G. And yesterday, a lot of people were like online yesterday to today. Everybody was like, Sweetie, run. I think the thing got too much that Sweetie even had to come live. I think about 4 or 5 hours ago or 6 hours. Okay, let's say 6 hours ago, and had hands Dr. G were trying to claim lovey-dovey, and were like, she went into the comment and was like, I'm good, I'm okay, that we do not understand marriage. That's what she's the way she put it, that people don't understand marriage, that they are good. And people were like, yeah, this is what this is how victims do
Right.
talk,
Right.
where they tried to play it, because it was evident that man. I don't know what anybody would tell me. I might not like Sweetie, I might not like Quad, I might not like Dr. G, but I'm not blind.
Right.
I'm not blind. And the fact that I love sweet tea, I love sweet tea. And to see that, I ain't gonna lie, that was not healthy. I don't know who is telling her. I don't know who is advising her, but she needs to run.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, this brother just don't have it all together right now. I don't know what happened to him, within this relationship with Quad, you know, but, I feel like as a man, you're supposed to keep your shit together mentally, physically, financially. You're the man, and nothing that any woman can do should be able to bring you to the point where feel like you gotta antagonize her, put your hands on her, rough her up. I don't get it. I don't get it, So, yeah, he definitely got some deep rooted issues, and it's like if you don't follow his command, there are consequences, you know, and that's what I see. and I don't like that as a woman. I mean, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. You know, I I I don't appreciate a guy who feels like they can just bully women. I hate bullies. Especially when you're the stronger sex. Because nothing a woman can do can hurt a guy. You know, so I just think it was just sad to see. And he needs some damn help. Because there's nothing cool about a guy, especially somebody you love, like making you nervous, making you walk on eggshells, making you scared to be. You don't know whether to 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 flinch when they come near you, if they trying to hug you or kiss you. You so damn scared you flinching. That's not a good relationship. you know that kind of shit. I say go get out of it. Like, who wants to be in that? You know what I'm saying? Slavery is over. You're not about to beat me. You know what I'm saying? Because see, then you got women like me who don't take that shit. And believe me, you bet not sleep around me. That's all I can say. You bet not get sleepy. You bet not get tired. Because I'm always get my lick back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been through too much. I'm always get my lick back. I grew up with too many damn brothers. You know, so yeah. But Dr. G needs some help. Quad needs some help. Because you're dragging innocent people into these relationships with you, and you're not healed, which is crazy. You're not supposed to go into another relationship without being healed.
Yeah. You're talking about Dr. G, right? And Quad, right?
Yes, yes.
Like I
I'm
said, I'm
I'm
gonna
saying they're
say
not.
I know some
Yeah,
people will get pissed off. I don't think Dr. G should have gotten married to Sweetie as quick as he got married to her. I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, she's the calm to storm." No, how will I put it? She's the calm to calm the storm in his life. No, I don't want to be anybody's calmness.
I know
Want to
that's
be the one
right.
that you use to solve your problems, you know? I want to come into a peace zone. I don't want to be the one that will come and wash away all the trials and tribulations in your life. No, don't give me that job description. Yes, don't give me that job description. So, um, no matter how I love Sweetie, I've loved her since she came on the show. I did not think from the first time I heard that she was Dr. G's fiance, I felt that that marriage was not a ready one. I felt like Dr. G was not ready for Sweetie. And I felt like she would be taking on a lot of things for Dr. G. Like now she's trying to defend why he acted the way he acted
Mm,
online on the
mm.
show. That is not supposed to be what she's supposed to be doing.
Nah, not at all. If
That's not what she's supposed
anything,
to be doing.
yeah, if anything, he needs to take responsibility. And,
Mhm.
he feels like she got to explain his actions. Maybe he needs to be right by her side, and let everybody know, hey, look, I'm getting some help because I see there's obviously a problem. It's okay to say you have a
Yeah,
problem. It's okay.
it's
Sometimes we all have
okay.
problems. You know, my
That's the
problem
thing.
is, my problem is, I'm look, when it comes to a man, I'm gonna always get my lick back because I've been through too
Mm,
much. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? I
mhm,
have been through too much. And I pre-warn you. I say, hey, look, if you feel like you need to do this or do that, just let me know, because, and then I'm aware and I can say, hey, but I want to keep playing with your ball or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the sneaky
Exactly.
shit. It's that sneaky shit. Or you think you get
Yeah.
over on me type of thing. You know what I'm saying? When I've
Mm-hmm.
been nothing but gracious and nice, you know what I'm saying? That makes me mentally
Mm.
say, oh, don't
Yeah.
go to sleep. Don't
Yeah.
turn your back. Don't turn your back. You better keep looking over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, I'm that
Mm-hmm.
type of woman that I'm gonna get my leg back. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
No, I
I may be the one who gets hurt, but I'm gonna make you think about putting your hands or disrespecting to the point where you're messing with my money or my emotions. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm not
yeah.
wrapped too tight sometimes, and I'm working on it, you know, but I'm just the type of woman, I'm going to get my leg back, even though I may
Um,
be doing damage to myself.
mm. For me, I feel like it's not supposed to be in Sweetie's job description to be defending Dr. G. And I do hate it when a woman has to come outside and be defending the stupid attitude of her husband. I hate it, especially when we see it. It's not like it's a hearsay thing, it's a different thing, right?
Right.
Because all we've been hearing before, the way they've been standing is that is a hearsay. That is quad's reality. You get it? That's the excuse they've been using.
Mm-hmm.
That is quad's reality. She might
Right.
have added a lot of spices and everything in her story to make it more suitable for her, as if she was a victim, right? But this one is not hearsay. We saw it.
Right.
We heard it. We
Right.
knew it happened. So with that alone, no matter, and she might want to say, okay, at that moment it was a heated moment. Sometimes the character of people. My friend will say, when you are drunk, you're the most honest.
Yeah, it's the truth.
When you're angry, you're very honest. Because everything you're holding in between your chest, your mind, your soul, you would want to say it then, because that's the only time you have the moral. You
Mm-hmm.
have you have that capability of saying it. You will not say it when you are calm. It's like, when I'm calm, I'm not going to tell you what's on my mind. When I'm angry with you, I would probably tell you how I feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
So he, like, coming with the excuse that it was a moment of what? It's like we say someone in a moment and you commit a crime and you say it's a moment of the crime was already committed. You can't take it back.
Right.
And once someone does, like, it's like when a man does something to his wife and he says his anger. Tomorrow again, he does it again. He says his anger. They will keep on blaming that anger. Then
Right.
what do you do? Let's say fine, oh fine, it was his moment of lapse. He had a moment of lapsing or whatever. He was angry. What does he do to not get angered? Now, can he solve that? Can he solve the issue of not getting to himself to that point where he gets to that anger level and misbehaves? Can he get himself to that extent? And the way, see, when I saw Sweetie coming to defend Dr. G, I was disappointed. I understand she's trying to protect her man, of course, yeah. But I don't stand for people protecting bullshit.
I mean,
I don't, yeah,
I get what you're saying, you know, but I I'm believing that uh, excuse me.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm just believing that, Sweet Tea has been subjected to Dr. G's terrible treatment before. You know, like I said, I don't know if he has like scared the holy crap out of her, you know, from yelling and screaming. Because, you know, sometimes as a woman, that can make a woman like jittery, nervous, like, oh
Yeah.
God, please, I don't want him to put his hands on me, you know. And I'm going to say again, because, you know, it has happened, you know. So me trying to basically know what's going on with that kind of treatment, because you know I've been there. You know I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed to say that I've been there,
Yeah.
because I have, you know. But what I see is maybe him patronizing her, like, oh
Yeah.
babe, it's not gonna happen again, you know. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, you know, that kind of stuff, to where she's just like accepted, not really accepting of it, but just been there, done that with him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. The man, this that whole scenario, like for me, that was like I felt bad for Sweetie. I also don't feel bad for her. Um, but it made me just be like, you know what? I don't like Dr. G anymore. Um,
See, Dr. G needs the type of woman. Nah, Dr. G needs the type of woman that's gonna stand up to him and like put some work in on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
and it's Sweetie, that kind of woman. She's like literally bowing
Nah,
to him.
nah. She too sweet. She's innocent. She ain't been through enough. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
Dr. G needs the type of woman that say, hey, look, I've been through a lot. I don't look like what I've been through, but don't fucking try me. Because see,
Right.
you're gonna find out that you're actually scared.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be scared to eat.
Exactly.
Look, you're gonna be scared to eat. You're gonna be scared to sleep. You're gonna you're gonna be a nervous wreck, because you're gonna be undernourished around here, because I ain't cooking
Oh
shit.
my
You know,
god.
and you're
You
gonna,
scared the living daylight out of the poor guy.
yeah, hell
Hmm.
yeah. I'm a torturer. I will torture your ass. You know, you that's some things that I look. I love a man to be a man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'll be damn if you put your hands on me. I'll be damn if you talk to me like I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'll be damn if
Mm,
I become your floor mat.
mm.
You know, because we gonna have to break up. And if you're not the type that be like, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not breaking up with you. Oh, then you ready? You willing to die, right? Because I'm gonna take it there.
You say I'm gonna take you.
See, you gotta watch who you mess with. You know, because you never know who has had enough. You know, and that's what type of woman he needs to get. Not this little young innocent girl. He needs to get a woman that's been through some stuff. You know, that if he feel like he want to beat her ass, she can let him know, hey, I'll beat your ass, and if I can't, guess what? I got some brothers over here that's gonna come over here and talk to you for a minute. You know, or I got
Ah,
some good friends if you don't have no brothers. I got some good friends that want to talk to
yeah.
you for a minute. Because that's some shit you
Oh
just
my.
don't do. You don't put your hands on women. You don't make women so scared that they can't fucking think. They can't, they're scared to go use the bathroom. They're scared to brush their teeth. You know what I'm saying? They're scared to take a shower. They're scared to get undressed because you might kick their ass while they half naked. Like, girl,
And what even pissed me off most was the way he tried to, diminish her the job she has done just because now probably she's a housewife or something, but she had something
Well, yeah, she
before.
had a career.
Yeah.
That's a
So
career.
I
That
I
shit is
hated
hard.
that part. I
Yeah.
I like hated that part for her. And you could see that she was hot with everything he said. You could see it.
Oh
You
yeah,
could see it.
yeah,
And
because he was downgrading her.
yeah, and the whole time, even with her feeling hurt and pained by what he was saying, the only thing in her mind was to try to stop him from embarrassing himself on TV.
Right.
She was trying, she tried. I'm not gonna say anything. Sweetie tried.
Yeah, she did.
She tried. Oh, for the love of God, I would never do that. I would allow you to embarrass yourself. Even add more flaw.
Hmm.
Go on. Embarrass yourself. And to think this man is a psychiatrist. What the heck? Who be going to his practice?
I don't know. I
I
can
surely would
imagine.
not be amongst those.
Yeah, I can imagine what he tells
Because if you
his
cannot deal with your
abused
issues
female
and you have,
victims.
I'm telling you,
Does he say,
exactly.
hey, maybe that was your fault? Maybe you should have kept your big mouth shut. Like, what does he tell these women?
Exactly. How is this kind of person a person that treats people or people go to talk to when they are depressed, they are down. And imagine a woman being depressed because of her husband goes to see Dr. G. Wouldn't she be more depressed coming out?
I'm pretty sure she would be. I know I would be if I go there to look for some answers, and all I got is this narcissist snaring at me saying, well, maybe you should have kept your mouth shut. Look, maybe you should have just, let him say what the hell he's going to say.
Yeah, you should have just listened to your man. He's the leader.
He's the king. He makes
Yeah.
all the rules. Like, what, really? Slavery is over, and I owe nobody my life.
Yeah.
My children,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Mm.
God, but no man, you know.
Yeah.
So
Man,
I
that
it's just
that
crazy.
that that was something. That particular incident, that was something. Like, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. I began to see Quad. Yes, I believed Quad went through the things she said, but I was like, I was among people that felt like maybe she over exaggerated it. But right now, watching it, no, there was not even any exaggeration. It went, whatever she said went on. It did go on.
Oh yeah.
Um, it did go on, and I felt bad. And I feel when I was watching it, I felt bad that I was amongst those that did not believe. At like, I felt like Quad was kind of over adding on the stories. I felt bad that I was among people that said that or believed that, because man, me watching it, I was like, I kind of apologized. So Quad, like, no, girl, you tried 12 years of this bullshit. Huh?
Ooh, I couldn't have
Oh,
went through it. I'd have been nutty as a fruitcake. I'm telling
ooh,
you.
12
I would have.
years of
I'd have been.
this.
I'd have been
Oh,
cray cray. you know.
oh my God. One
I'm
of us would
already
have
a
been in
little
jail by
imbalanced,
now.
but I would have been cray cray. 12
One of us would have
years.
been in jail.
Yeah,
Either
12
he or me.
years. Yeah, 12 years of that. I don't care what you possess in this world. I'm not doing it. You know?
She she tried. She
Yeah,
tried. She even came online when the episode was airing. She was like, she stands with Sweetie, that she doesn't care about whatever Sweetie has said about her on social media, but she knows that one thing, she knows that a man shouldn't talk to his wife like that, and she stands with Sweetie, and that was nice, because I know she understood what Sweetie was going through at that moment when Dr. G was saying what he was saying. Well, man, that was awful. That was really awful. But
Yeah.
let um now the whole group. now disorganized. A lot of people have left. They're talking about exes. I love that they talked about this. Talk about the exes because I blame Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly was the one that brought Sweetie into this group. They would have not, Dr. G wouldn't have come back to this show after him and Quad broke up, but Heavenly said, okay, bring Sweetie to the show. And now everyone is saying that you cannot bring your exes close to me. I'm like, yes, the fact is that you guys will not take it, but you wanted somebody else to take it. So I love that they acknowledge the fact that they are the cause of this nonsense. They contributed to this nonsense. And the fact that Dr. G could bring his ex and be happy now that Sweetie, now that Quad has brought her own boyfriend into the mix is not a problem.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I love that they said, although I did not accept any of the apology, if it was me, I wouldn't have said any of the apology, but I was glad they talked about it, and I love that they talked about it. And I guess we'll see how it will go. But it seems
Mhm.
like according after the reunion, it seems like Dr. Mimi and Quad are close. So I'm like, I want to know what actually happened that shifted that made Mimi and Quad close because we know that she was introduced as closer to Dr. G and Sweetie, right?
Right.
Now she's close to Quad.
Uh,
So I want to know
maybe
what happened. I
maybe
guess
she's close to her on a a maybe she's close to her as a psychiatrist.
no,
You
they are
know.
friendly. Like, online, they are friendly.
Well, I'm
They're
just saying.
happy.
Look. If I knew of somebody, let's say I'm a psychiatrist, and I
Yeah.
see I'm in a group of women, I'm not gonna say, "Hey, maybe you need to come and sit on my couch and let me analyze."
Oh, okay. Okay, now I get
I'm
you.
when I hang out with you, I'm gonna be like, "Okay, so is everything cool?" Well, hey, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna try and give you some off hours counseling for your
Oh,
charge.
okay, now I
Because
get you.
yeah, because I want your situation to get better. I want you to get better.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe
Okay,
that could be it.
yeah, okay, now I get you. It could be possible. I guess we'll see as the episodes
Yeah.
play out to see
Right.
how their relationship developed. But the
Mhm.
trailer for next week episode, we will see that Dr. G filed and called the police. That
Yeah.
was for me that I felt that was weak.
Yeah.
That was weak. I think he's still looking for trouble. He's still finding a moment because everybody has let go of it. Why go to that extent? uh
Well, I mean, there was no real physical altercations. Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta call the police. Restraining orders. Men don't do that. That's reserved for women. You know what I'm saying?
According to Quad, because she came live last week after the episode aired, she
Mhm.
said we'll see it play out. That he literally went there reporting and telling them that they need to give him a restraining order. According to them, when the police did their investigation, they said this is stupid. It was not worthy enough
Right.
for
For restraining
restraining
orders.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said we'll see it play out in the episode. So I guess um we'll see it play out in the episode. And for me, that will make him look more stupid. Um
Well, that makes them look scary. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
hey, who knows? Later on, they could have came back and got together and said, "Hey, you know what? I like to take this opportunity to apologize to you as man to man. It didn't have to go that far. I'm sorry it went that far. You know what I'm saying? Dr. G could have been the bigger person and just squashed it later. But I mean, I don't think that what's her name?
I think his pride is talking too much to him.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, Contessa came back with,
Yeah.
oh, Greg is pissed. He's pissed off. He's furious. He's fuming. Like, nobody needed to know that. Okay, you talk to him. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to report back. You know, you
Yeah.
could have just said, "Hey, I talked to them. They made it home. You know, they're just trying to take it easy. You know,
But why is he filming? The
I'll
other
get back
party
with
is
them when I
not
get back home."
filming.
Say what?
What? But why is he even filming? The other party is not filming.
Right.
Why is he the only one filming?
Well, because
Right?
he almost got his ass whipped, wrapped up in that sand. Shit. That, that's
Oh
why
my god.
he never would have thought,
Yeah,
after
that's
after
possible.
talking big and bad, he never would have thought that this man was
Mm-hmm.
running up on him like that.
Would give him a big bad whooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also see that Sweetie will have a sit down with Toya and who I've forgotten who they sit down with, Toya and somebody else, I've forgotten the person, and they talked about the restraining order, and it seems like Sweetie is like asking them to choose a side or something like that.
Yeah, I seen that.
And yeah, I think that this thing is trying to cause a divide. Um, or they are trying to cause a divide. And I think Dr. Damon is standing on the fact that I said Damon, call him Damon. Dr. G is standing on the fact that they are friends, old friends, and of course he believes that the other guys we support him and not King.
Right.
But there is when a friend is stupid, you tell your friend, this is beyond stupid. Because you could see in Dr. Eugene's face when he asked him about the restraining order, he was disappointed that he said yes.
Right.
You could see in Dr. Eugene's face that he was very disappointed that yes, this restraining order is really happening. And it seems like Toya truly also seems like she did not choose Dr. Damon's side. So
Hmm.
what am I saying, Dr. Damon? Dr. G. I don't know who she's gonna pick, but it's looking like she didn't choose Dr. G. Or I don't know, maybe I'm just playing, but I guess we're gonna see how that will play out next week. I can't wait for next week because it seems like next week too is gonna be packed with this restraining order and choosing a side. Who would okay, let's just make a prediction. Whose side do you think the guys will be on and whose side do you think the ladies will be on? Or which lady will be on which lady's side? Now that Frida is out of the picture because she's by this time back at the Real Housewives. So which lady do you think will be at which person's side, and which guy do you think will be at each person's side?
I don't think that anybody is really going to support T like she wants them to support her,
Yeah.
you know, because they feel like, hey, it's your fault. And I guess what they're saying is her fault for how she approached Heavenly Asin, well, Asin Sharik. I don't know if that's her name,
Mm-hmm.
Sharia, uh, Apollo's wife, who invited you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think they felt like that was out of line, you
Yeah.
know, and so
Okay.
I don't think that she's going to really get the support that she's looking for from these women.
From the ladies. Okay.
Yeah. And as far as the guys go, uh, after the the news about the restraining order,
Restraining order.
yeah, I don't think that they're gonna really be like Dr. G on Dr. G's side because that's
Mm.
one step he didn't have to go. You
Yeah.
look, as African Americans out here in the United States,
Yeah.
we we don't like getting the police involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, because see, somebody will end up getting hurt or killed.
Mm.
You know, because the police to us are like old slave masters.
Yeah.
You know, they're there to put you back in order. They're not there to figure it out or to investigate. You know, they're there to shut that shit down by any means necessary. You know, and it may be a bonus that they're getting to, to who knows, you know. But out here, we don't like calling the cops, you know, because I look at it like this: the English language is a form of communication. Everybody should have a form of communication, no matter what language you speak. you know. And if you don't know
Yeah.
how to use your words, then maybe you shouldn't be talking. If you
Mm.
got to use your fists, I talk first until I can't
Until
talk
I can't talk.
anymore,
Yeah.
you know. And then I go into my I'm gonna ignore you stage,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then once I see I can't ignore you anyway, and you keep pushing and bullying me, that's when I go crazy. Cause see, I'm not a bully,
Mm.
and I like peace. I choose peace over violence every time.
Yeah.
Violence is
Yeah.
my last resort,
Yeah.
So I don't think that the guides are really going to be cool with how Dr. G is handling this.
Mm. Well, I guess
Who do you feel they're going to be with? The women and the guys?
uh, for me, I think uh I feel like they would go with King, not because King is their friend, but because they didn't like just the taste of having for the first time. This is like the 11th season, right?
Right,
And this is the first time a restraining order has appeared, and they've had fights. They've had bigger clashes than
right,
this.
right.
They've had worse cases of fights than this. We've never heard of a restraining order on anybody. So
Mm-hmm.
for this being the first time, I think it's going to leave a sour taste in the mouth of every other person. And I don't think Dr. G and Sweetie will get the result they were thinking. Or maybe I won't say it's Sweetie that had thought about it. It's Dr. G only that thought about this and went by himself and made that decision. I don't think Dr. G will get the response he was expecting while taking this restraining order. That's
Mm-hmm.
just all I'm gonna say. Yeah,
Okay.
but I guess we're gonna see next week. I can't wait for next week's episode to come. Let's watch it and see how it's gonna play out. But I think that's where we're gonna end for today, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thanks for your like. Thanks for hanging with us. Don't forget to click the subscription button down below, subscribe, like, and comment on this video. We'll see you guys same time next week for another episode of Married to Medicine. Have a nice day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.